Welcome to another episode of Career Mode with me, Ida, and today we have two more games to bring you, and I've decided to change it slightly. We're going to have another episode after this, which is going to be the season finale, and we have Everton in this game and Southampton, and then the next episode we'll have Leicester, and then we'll have sort of the end of the season, wind down, and we'll actually be able to make it into a special because I messed up on the last one. So today, we will be able to do that. Or I say today, I mean in the next episode, because it's not today, is it? So, I'm going to go straight into the game against Everton, and we will see if we can get a win. They are just behind us in the league table, but if we can get a win, we'll be 3 points behind the leaders, and maybe, just maybe, we might be able to overtake them with 2 games remaining. As for the team, it is going to be back to the normal formation and the normal team with Mere back in because obviously he was suspended for the last game, and today we will be able to play him instead of Jilaboji. Everton are the first game of today's episode, and we are going to try and start off with a win from today's episodes and our games today, because we do kind of need it. Oh, that was weird. The camera just shifted. That was very strange, unless I was looking at something else, but yeah, that looked very strange. But we have to try and win this game and not concede early, because it looks like they're going to push forward, but it's fine. But we need to try and get a win if we are to try and put some pressure on Manchester United in the last games of the season. If not, then they will not have any pressure on them, and they are more likely to win the league more than we are, and they already are more likely because they're a couple of points ahead of us. But we need to win our game in hand, which I think is the Southampton game, but hopefully we can do something in this game to try and beat them. Rashford is there, plays it down to Gabriel, takes his touch forward. Can he get away from Funes Mori? He can. He's still going away from Funes Mori. Can he do a triple tap cross into? I think that is Bertrand Traore. Or is that Sanchez? No, it's Traore. And he has already put us ahead 1-0. What a finish. And it was actually Kessie. What a finish, Kessie. Well done. Gotten in the box there. That is what we want to see. Rashford's cross into Weiser, who almost gets a big 1-2 from Rashford. Oh, and that's a cross, and I didn't block it at all. I ran away with somebody else. I wasn't paying attention. Good cross. Finish from Schneiderlin. Poor from me, and we're back in square one. Pavon is there. Gives it down to Baba. He's going to continue his run. Cuts inside. Is anybody there for the pass? No, Pavon is there. Oh, what is that for a header, Pavon? Traore's been played through by Gabriel. Poor touch forward. But is that not a free kick? 3 quick changes. We've got Donson, Marlos and Guedes coming on for Gabriel, Kessie and Pavon. Marlos is there down the line. Can he shoot across the keeper? Into the back of the net. Marlos has just come on. Great finish from Marlos on his left foot. Straight away. Perfect impact. Exactly what I wanted. And that is why he came back on the pitch for us. Great pass in there. And it is a lovely finish from Marlos across the keeper. Nothing he can do. Bish bash bosh, 2-1. Rashford's been played through by Guedes. Can he finish it? Rashford just wide. Rashford, that is your chance. That is where you should be finishing that. Why have you not finished it? Traore's run all the way across the pitch, giving it to Marlos. Gives it back into Rashford. He's going to try and shoot around the keeper. Just wide. I thought that went in. Rashford, more curl. More curly curl. And we are slowly edging towards the end of the game. But can we get something else out of this game? Traore's picked it up there from a flick on. Can he get it around the keeper? Can we finish there? And that is Guedes, is that? It is. 2 substitutes have scored in this game. And lucky for us, it's right at the death where Everton were trying to push and push and push. And last minute of the game, we do get a fortunate goal. I don't know what the goalkeeper was doing there. He could have saved that. He sort of fell over and it just went the other side of him. But great finish by Guedes. And that is 3-1. We are guaranteed the Champions League for next season. Obviously, as I've said, we are not actually going to play the next season. But if we do actually do so well in this season that it seems like it's an inevitability that we should go into it, maybe I'll reconsider. But the stats on this game, we absolutely demolished Everton here, apart from the possession. But everything else, we were just better. We had more shots, more on target, more goals. You know, we made more tackles. Obviously, we had a few more fouls and got a yellow card for it. But we actually had no corners. Wow, that's interesting. After that game, it is pretty much guaranteed that Man United have won the league because they have 6 more goal difference than us. We have 1 game in hand on them, which would put us up to 71 points, which would be 3 behind them. So we would need to win by at least 6 goals in our last game if we win the next one. And we would also need to beat the teams by a lot of goals. Now, it is pretty much settled, so I think what I'm going to do is just play the next game off camera, which is Southampton, and then just play the Leicester game and finish the season. Our second game of today's episode is against Leicester, but I will quickly run you through the Southampton game. Basically, we won 2-1, but it doesn't really matter now because it is towards the end of the season, and we did manage to get those 2 goals from Kessie and Sanchez. Now, if we look at the table, we are 3 points behind, but we need 5 goals different swing, and we need Manchester United and Chelsea to lose. So I'd say we're pretty much guaranteed 3rd, even if we lost this game, because Palace can't overtake us. But Crystal Palace are guaranteed 4th. Wow, well done them. But if we look down the table, Liverpool, Manchester City, Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspurs outside the top 4. As this is the last game of the season, I've changed it up a little bit. I've got Demarai Gray on with Marlos and Guedes up front with Rashford. Put Doncer in the middle. I've got Robertson and Pereira, and I'm going to change Mere out for Gilabodji because Mere is tired. But I'm going to leave him on the bench just in case. I would play Skovgaard, but he's just not good enough. Even Pereira, even though he's a couple of ratings lower than him, is still slightly better, I found, playing with them both. As I've said, this game is pretty much an end of the season and potentially an end of the managerial career on this career mode for Mr. Ida. I think that's what we called him. And I think that is also going to be the last game of the season. Unless Rashford, you cannot finish. Maybe I should have given that to somebody else. But we didn't get it through. Can we get it through again? Oh, we nearly score. But I think it is going to be the end of the career. Unless we can manage to do something in the off-season. I might play it through just a little bit just to see what happens next season. If we get rid of a lot of players or our budget is really big and we get a lot of money to sign some people, I might carry it on. But apart from that, I don't think we'll carry on. If you see it back on the channel, then you'll obviously know that I've decided that we can continue. But I'm also going to look at dates because obviously FIFA 18 isn't... Oh, that's a poor pass from Guedes. FIFA 18 isn't a million light years away. And that is also going to come into my thinking because I'm obviously going to buy that when that comes out. And that will mean that we don't ever need to play this game really again. Guedes plays out to Marlos across the keeper, and he's hammered it too hard on his right foot, but it is a corner. Doncer's won the ball back, and he's got somebody pulling him back. He's playing it all the way across. Traore is there. Can he cut inside? Left-footed, finesses it off the bar. Crossed in again, and it is saved by Schmeichel. Rashford is there, gives it to Guedes, gives it back to Rashford. Can he finesse it around the keeper? Around the post as well. Rashford, come on. Bertrand Traore has it, gives it there. Sanchez has it, cuts inside, left-footed. Can he score? Saved by Schmeichel. That was the end of a most boring game I've ever played. 11 shots for us, 6 on target, but I don't think many of them were even worthy. And I think Leicester even had a couple of blocks on them shots, so there is literally nothing to show. So I'm going to go straight into the end of season review. That is going to be the end of the episode, and I am going to actually do an episode after this as a season review and just to check the leagues around Europe and see who we could possibly face in the Champions League next season. and see if we have any budget for the Champions League for next season. If we do, I might continue the save. If not, then I will maybe start a new save or think of something else to do after this season's finished. So, thank you for watching. If you liked it, please give it a like. If you really loved it, please consider subscribe. Thank you for watching, and peace.